Dear students, today we will discuss second chapter Forest and Wildlife Resources. The following topics which we have to discuss in this chapter are ecosystem, biodiversity, flora and fauna, importance of forests, depletion and conservation of biodiversity. Ecosystem. Ecosystem refers to the interrelationship between plants and animals, or we can say that it is the interdependence and interrelationship between plants and animals with the physical environment. Plants and animals are dependent on each other in respect of various things, that is carbon dioxide and oxygen relation. Carbon dioxide, which is exhaled by the animals, and that is inhaled by the plants. Oxygen is exhaled by the plants, that is inhaled by the animals. This is the relation. And physical environment includes the various domains, that is water, air, land. These are the most important things which are required for these both plants and animals. Biodiversity. Biodiversity refers to the various living organisms which has been existed on the earth. Uh, on the earth's surface there are various regions, that is equatorial regions, subtropical regions, polar regions. Mostly these living organisms are living in equatorial regions because climatic conditions are very favorable. There is warm climatic condition, and most of the plants are grown there. And we can say that biodiversity is also known as biome, or we can say that large ecosystems. Uh, this biodiversity is the aggregation of different kinds of ecosystems. That is biodiversity or biological diversity or biome. Flora and fauna. Flora refers to the plant community, fauna refers to the animal community. In India, there are 81,000 species of flora or plants, and there are 47,000 species of fauna or animals. You know, 10% of plants are in threatened list, which includes plants like Madhuka in science, a wild variety of mahua, and second is Huberdia heptaneuron, a species of grass. And there are 20% of animals which are in the threatened list, which includes cheetah, pink-headed duck, mountain quail, forest spotted owlet. This was percentage of these plants and animals which are endangered, and in numbers we can say that nearly 1500 plant species are considered as endangered species, and in fauna 79 species of mammals are endangered, 44 species of birds, 15 species of reptiles, and 3 species of amphibians are endangered species. Now we can say that below here is one example of plant, and in fauna there is again one example of animal. These two in India long back has been extincted in India because people have used in a large quantity of their products. In flora, here is one plant which is known as Himalayan yew, which is also a scientific name. Texas Wallachina, a medicinal plant which was found in Himachal Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh, from which a chemical substance is extracted, that is Taxol, which was particularly taken from the bark, needles, twigs, and roots. of the trees. Now, one most important thing seen in this plant was that that chemical was used as to cure some cancers. Fauna. Here is one example of one animal, that is the cheetah. That is Acinonyx juventus, scientific name. Its speed, it moves at the speed of 112 kilometers per hour. Cheetah is often mistaken as a leopard. It is distinguishing marks are long or teardrop lines. Now we can differentiate cheetah with the leopard by these teardrop lines, which are uh, on the east sides of the nose from the corners of its eyes to the mouth. Now that was fauna and flora. Importance of forests. Forests are most important for us because here are some characteristic features which we will discuss here. Forests provide shelter to the wildlife. They provide different products like flowers, fruits, and roots, which are considered as the medicinal plants, as we have discussed Himalayan yew. And forests prevent the soil erosion. The products of the forests are used as for the these furnitures or building purposes. Uh, these forests are promote perfect seasonal rains. We can say that these forests help in large scale exchange of gases. We are obtaining, as I already told you, different medicinal plants from these forests. These forests promote biodiversity to a large extent because forests provide the habitat to the wildlife, and uh, different communities which are living in these forests is as well a habitat for the people. One more important point here is the forests enhance the rate of the decomposition, formation of soil, and they maintain the ecological balance. Now, uh, they play an important role in reducing the atmospheric pollution. Now, based on the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, that is known as IUCN, there are six types of species, likewise normal species, endangered species, vulnerable species, rare species, endemic species, and extinct species. Normal species are those species whose number is normal, neither they have been increased nor decreased. Example is cattle, sal, pine, rodents, etc. Endangered species are those species which are on the verge of extinction. Uh, you know, if we will not take such positive measures, their number day by day will be decreased and they will be grouped into the extinct species. Now we have to take measures to protect them. Some examples here are black buck, crocodiles, Indian wild ass, etc. Vulnerable species are those species whose number is larger than the endangered species. Same, if we will not take positive measures to protect them, same they will be entered first endangered species, then extinct species. Some examples here are blue sheep, Asiatic elephant, Gangetic dolphin. Rare species are those species whose number is already less. Uh, Means when such negative factors will be going on, they will be entered into the vulnerable species and then endangered species. We can say that we have to protect them also. Some examples are here: Himalayan brown bear, wild Asiatic buffalo, desert fox, hornbill. Now, endemic species. These are such species which are found in a particular area, usually isolated by the natural or geographical barriers. There are some natural barriers through which these animals have been separated. That is, Andaman Nicobar Island is one of the land which is related to the Indian landmass, but there is one sea which has separated this landmass. That is, there are some species found there: Andaman teal, Nicobar pigeon, and there is Mithun in Arunachal Pradesh. These are some animals which are found in this category. Means they have been separated by geographical barriers. In this way, they are considered as endemic species. Extinct species are those species which are not found after search of known or likely areas where they may occur. Means after survey we are not observing them in any place. Means they are no more. Means they are categorized in the extinct species. A species may be extinct from a local area, region, country, continent, or the entire earth. Example is here Asiatic